What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a great start to your new year. And what's better than starting off a new year than having something to look forward to? And if you're like me, that something is probably games. There are a ton of planned games for 2024, and honestly, I have some big expectations for this year after everything we got in 2023. And not just for open world RPGs, but today, that's what we're going to be focusing on. 12 of my most anticipated open world RPGs set to come out this year. So let's dive in. In order of release date, starting us off, we have Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now this one's tough for me because there's a lot of negative feedback going around with this one. But if you've watched any of my videos before, you might have caught on to me being a huge Batman fan. And Rocksteady did it right back then, so I'm still willing to give this one a chance.
Don't knock it till you tried it.
Set to release February 2nd on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. And if you order the deluxe version, you can hop in 3 days early. Developed by Rocksteady, the same studio who brought us the Batman series, but this time we play as the other side. With 4 members of the Suicide Squad to play, take on the open world of Metropolis with your favorite villain either solo or with your buddies. Next up, we have Skull and Bones releasing February 16th on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. This one also offers a 3-day early access with the deluxe edition. Take to the seas and build your crew and engage in intense ship battles. Sail around the massive world and discover mysteries and treasures like a true pirate. Then when you're feeling up for the challenge, put your ship battle skills to the test with some PvP. This one's been a long time coming, and I think we're all due a good pirate game by now. Next we have Nightingale coming out February 22nd, exclusively for PC. Nightingale is a survival craft game that allows you to share your world and visit others with up to 6 players. This is a fresh take on a new world to explore with some wild looking creatures and 1800s flair. It should make for one memorable experience. Next up we have Outcast, A New Beginning, releasing March 15th on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Another wild new world and story to explore. Play an outcast who has found himself on the world of Adelpha, a place where all living things are connected. You have the opportunity to learn about this connection and make the world thrive, but you're not the only ones who found themselves on this planet. Invaders are trying to take everything for themselves, and the people and the creatures of Adelpha look to you for help to keep them at bay. Up next we have Dragon's Dogma 2, releasing March 22nd on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Dragon's Dogma 2 has been long awaited. With the original release over 10 years ago, I know me and other fans are ready to jump back into this world. With a unique party system, gather your team of pawns and set out on the adventure in a deeply detailed world filled with mystery and plenty of dungeons to explore and treasure to gather. And if you guys are interested in more information on this one, I did an overview on a recent showcase they had. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can check that one out. Up next we have Rise of the Ronin, another open world RPG set to release March 22nd. That's just straight mean. How are we supposed to pick which game to play first, dude?
Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
This one is a PS5 exclusive, brought to us by Team Ninja, the same studio that brought us the beloved Nioh franchise and the more recent Wo Long. I'm a sucker for samurai games, and this one's looking sick. And after the recent release of Wo Long, you can really feel that they're fine-tuning their gameplay combat. So I'm pumped to see what this one brings us, and it's looking real solid. Next up, we got Black Myth: Wukong, releasing August 20th on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. I'm sneaking this one in here because it doesn't explicitly say that it's open world, but it does state that it's an environmental exploration mixed with high skill capped Souls-like combat. This has to be one of my most anticipated games for this year, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Heavily inspired by Chinese mythology, you play as Sun Wukong, aka the Monkey King, who has the ability to shapeshift into different animals and objects to help you along your journey. The combat and graphics look absolutely bonkers. I have high expectations for this one. Now it's time to move into those more speculative release dates. And starting this category off, we have Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, with a planned release date of Q3 2024 on all platforms except Switch, a new IP open world ARPG game where the doors to the afterlife have been opened and the dead and old gods have unleashed onto the new world. With a blend of magic, guns, and blades, altogether, it makes it look like a solid combat experience, and hopefully some wicked boss battles and story. Next up we have Crimson Desert. With word from the CEO of the studio of Pearl Abyss, he stated that they're shooting for a release date of 2024 in autumn, for all platforms except Nintendo Switch. We've seen a number of gameplay clips from this one over the last year, and it always looks good. High fantasy, high octane combat, and a big beautiful open world. Definitely a title high on my most wanted list. Up next we have Star Wars Outlaws, another one stated to be set to release late 2024, but I wouldn't be surprised if they push this one back to 2025. But let's believe them for now. This one will be available on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. With one massive planet to explore, said to be the size of 3 Assassin's Creed maps, and what looks like some flying spaceship sequences that may offer a nice change-up. Being an Ubisoft game, we kinda know what we might be getting into when it comes to open worlds. I'm just hoping for some new features and a solid story to go along with it. Now the last 2 are a stretch, but hear me out, I have good reason to include them. First up, we have Phantom Blade Zero with no set release date, but a confirmed demo release in 2024. Now typically when we see a demo, the game can launch within a few months and sometimes within a few weeks after that demo. So for me, if we get this demo by mid-2024, there's a high probability we get a 2024 launch date. Phantom Blade Zero is releasing for PC and PS5, with some gameplay footage that has been making the combat look like something straight out of a movie, and hopefully a new combat system that sets a new bar for gameplay combat. And the final game on this list is Dune Awakening, coming to all platforms except Nintendo Switch. Again, another game with no set release date. However, their second closed beta has just been announced for early 2024, and signups are happening right now. Even with closed betas, as I previously mentioned, games can come out within months of concluding a beta test, so the probability for this one is high as well. Dune Awakening is an open-world survival MMO said to house thousands of players sharing one world, the world of Arrakis. The world of Arrakis is yours to explore and dominate. Create or join a guild and harvest spice and fight for power. And that's just a taste of games to come in 2024. What games are you most excited for to release in 2024? Let me know in the comments. And if you guys are curious, I'll put a link to that Dune beta sign up in the description below. As always, happy gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.